On another episode of Sports Wave. This is your producer Byron alongside Mauricio.
What's good?
And our host Enzo and Manny.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
How's it going, guys?
It's going well, man. It's a good day, man. It's Monday. Gotta be ready.
Yes, sir.
How you guys?
You know?
Good, and then especially another good weekend of sports.
Yeah, man. Another.
Very interesting.
Was it a good weekend for sports?
It was an interesting week.
Yeah, interesting.
As a Laker fan, it's
still drag.
split the
and then as a
little
UFC
series we
fan, disappointed in the robbery, disappointed in a few things with Dana White, man. I don't know, man. What y'all think? It's a good weekend, sports?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I
great
think it's still a
weekend.
good weekend.
And then I mean,
Gives a lot to talk about.
football was exciting though. I ain't gonna front.
Gives us a lot to talk about.
I learned a little bit about betting today, so maybe start betting and stuff. That'd be interesting.
Hey, bro. Honestly, I think we've been sleeping on that. For sure.
I mean, it's dope to learn it. I mean, it'd be dope to even have that student in there. But anywho, yeah.
So let's start off with the NFL, man. The Bengals pulled off the
Yo, Mauricio, I thought it was the Bengals.
The Bengals.
The Bengals?
Bengals.
Bang. Emphasis, yeah.
Like the emphasis in the Bengals?
The Bengals, yes. The Cincinnati Bengals, man. They beat the number 1 seed Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
And
Derrick Henry
got back
got
there and
knocked
back.
out?
Back. Yeah. Yep.
They're out.
Mauricio, you knocked them out?
They're out.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it's interesting that Joe Burrow.
Any Monday Night Football today?
Nah,
No.
none today.
Just last week?
Yep, just last week. I mean, at this point, we're down to the last four teams now. So we have the Bengals that, like I said, they beat the Titans in what was it, the last second too, right? That they got like a pick or something, if I'm not mistaken, Byron.
Yeah, they got a pick.
They got a pick off of Tannehill. And
That was horrible.
That was able to give them I think it was a field goal that they were able to score at the end,
won
right?
by a field goal,
Yeah,
correct?
they won by a field goal. So that puts them in position to now play the Kansas City Chiefs, who also had a thriller last night
Against the Bills.
You tell us about that game, Byron. I know you were watching that one.
Yeah, it was. Well, I was watching most of the second half because it was going like back and forth. I remember with I think it was like 4 seconds left or something. The Bills go up by like 4. They go up by they were down by. I don't know. I remember, but the point is, they eventually scored a touchdown, and then they went for a 2-point conversion, so they could go up by 3. Next drive. The Chiefs get a they get a touchdown. So now they go up by 4, and then it was already less than the 2-minute warning. The Bills score a touchdown. So they go back by 3 with 13 seconds left, and Mahomes in like 3 plays gets them in field goal range for like a 40-yard field
That shit was
goal.
crazy.
Comeback king? Is he the new comeback king
Who?
or
Yeah,
something?
man, that was crazy. 13 seconds is really unheard of.
Patrick Mahomes is interesting with his little...
Hey, but did you hear too that they didn't even go with the plan that the coaches gave them?
No, I didn't even know.
In the post interview, the guy he throws it to, he tells them before the play, he's like, whatever they give us, I'm not gonna do that. He's
Mahomes said that?
No, the guy running.
Oh, the receiver?
I forget his name. And then Patrick was like, it's fine, dude. Wherever you're at, I'm gonna find you. So they didn't go with the coach's play.
Also,
They said that in the post. I was like,
Shit, I
dude,
didn't
that's
know that.
crazy. Like, you just did it like that, you know?
Sometimes you need that person on the field though to do those type of moves.
It's a on the field audible.
Yeah, exactly. Because that guy's gonna see like, all right, where can I run? Where can I get open? How to get a space? And it's like Patrick just gotta find him.
Is that good? And Patrick is that good, bro.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, he is.
you have what you call game managers, which will follow the coach's game plan.
How do you guys feel about? I know in the group chat you guys are talking a lot about the Bucks loss.
That's a very important one right there. Brady, I heard before this game, was already talking about contemplating retirement. so-
Really?
Yeah.
and that's a big thing right there of his mentality going into this game. But at the same time, he's going in there
I
with
think
a
he's a
depleted
sore
squad,
loser.
and he's also going up against a defense.
If
that
he was
after
contemplating
him,
that,
and that's
it's-
when Brady doesn't play well.
It's because all his cards weren't shuffled in his favor. So
Bro, he
for
was
somebody
playing-
like him to
first of
just
all-
call like,
First of all,
I'm
he
gonna
was
retire.
playing with second stringers.
No,
on
for
the
sure.
field.
But like I said, he's done it before.
And the comeback that he pulled off, bro, with the type of team that he had out there, for me, is pretty extraordinary.
That's almost like did
It's
you
expected.
What do you mean it's expected?
No,
Nah.
well, I mean, Tom Brady is that person that he will. He'll come back. I mean, look at what he did with against Atlanta.
Well, you guys remember? Remember he lost against the Seattle.
You gotta remember the post interview, right? The post interview.
I didn't watch it. What did he say?
He said that what he said in the halfway time, right? That he told the team, he's like, our goal is either to tie or to win. That's our goal, and he got to tying it. I mean, they just couldn't complete it, but he got to tying it. So it's like he already had a game plan of where he wanted to go with it. I mean, for the majority of the game, everybody was just like, damn, like, oh, it's going to be an easy win for the Rams. But it's like the way he came back, and even with the Rams having that many points ahead of him, like, what he did was incredible for that last quarter.
Facts.
And that's what makes me like look at him like, why are you contemplating retirement, bro?
Well, he is 44.
45.
And I think
there you go, 45.
I think that also it's not just
bro.
the fact that he's not like his body obviously shows that he could do it. I just think it's also
They made him bleed yesterday, bro.
You talk about Enzo,
It's a mental thing,
having
bro.
a family and all that. I think he's also thinking about that. You know, how much time is he gonna get to really spend with his kids? You know, they're gonna probably go into sports soon, and he wants to be there around for that type of stuff. And like, I think he's thinking about that type of things too. You know, and a guy like Tom Brady, you know, you can be doing a lot of things and be making maybe more money. But I think he's going to assess this season, as will Aaron Rodgers after losing to the 49ers on Saturday.
And that was a nasty loss, man.
Yeah.
That pick. Well, is it a pick or what is it, Byron? That last one where they were going for the field goal and it was.
no, that's a deflection.
They got a field goal. It was a punt block.
That was a punt block, yeah.
And they were close. They were close to the Packers end zone, so that made it worse because they took it back to the touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the turning point of the game.
Exactly. So they lost in the most horrible way, like a way that you would never expect them to start losing.
Bro, but tell me why Aaron Rodgers didn't even throw a touchdown at all.
Right?
And that just shows that, I don't know, that he don't want to be
But
there.
he also didn't want to be there from the very beginning. So it's like, did he just prove that he can have a really good season just to be somewhere else? Like,
I mean,
I don't even think it was a very good season. I think it was a subpar season for Aaron Rodgers.
He only threw 4 interceptions in the whole season.
dude.
But in the sense of like, come on,
He had an MVP caliber
They were the
season.
number 1 seed too.
in your playoff, you throw no touchdowns, bro.
But that's your playoffs.
That should just tell me that. And then this whole season it was in limbo. Even before he was like the Ben Simmons kind of the NFL for a little bit until he showed up to fucking training camp, bro.
Ben Simmons in the sense that he didn't want to play for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Just
So it's like, and then he still had a great, he had a decent season. But to me, for Aaron Rodgers, I've seen him have better seasons.
All right, here's the other thing. Would you like him to go to the Saints?
Fuck yeah, I would.
All right, that's all.
Well, this
we
is
need
almost
here,
something I'm
folks.
going to say about the Packers. They've had multiple seasons where they're close to going either all the way or going to the NFC Championship, and they just fall short. It's happened to them against the 49ers in the past, happened against them against the Seahawks, against the Bucks last year. So it's not the first time that Aaron or his team in general just doesn't show up, especially in the playoffs. And just as a Peyton Manning fan, I know how that feels like, because he'll have great seasons, throw 55 touchdowns in a season, and then, not be able to do it in the postseason.
Byron, but tell us about that Bills game and the 49ers, man.
So it happens.
The Bills and the 49ers.
They didn't play, bro.
Which one's the one the 49ers faced?
We were just talking about it.
Packers and the 49ers.
Damn, bro, you're being like Enzo right now, bro.
Yeah, I
You're
just
tripping
had a
out,
brain
bro.
fart.
Wee!
Yeah, definitely.
It's cool.
No, but wasn't there another game? Because it was 4 games. Where were we
We talked
missing?
about them all, basically. The
We already
Chiefs,
talked
the
on them?
Bills, the Rams, beating the Bucks. But the Rams have now the opportunity to play
The Niners.
49ers and to finally beat them after
round
I
3.
I doubt it.
we'll see, man.
you guys think
this
so?
This is where it counts.
Do you guys
We're
think so?
back
I
in
mean,
SoFi Stadium.
49ers locked them down, bro.
Anything is possible at this point. I just think that it's set up right now for the Rams to go to Super Bowl, because after that they'll be back in LA again to play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's set up for them to win this and to
So
go
you're
for
saying
it.
it's rigged?
But not exactly. It's just
Could be.
will they meet their fate?
Could be. I mean, the way that the Raiders got taken out by the refs,
It
not even
also
by the
adds to the
Bengals.
storyline, the fact that they're facing a team that they haven't been able to beat in the last 3 years since Sean McVay took over the team. So and we're also talking about a quarterback in Matthew Stafford. That would you guys call him more of a game manager, or you think he's capable of doing something?
A game
like,
manager?
Game.
Game manager, someone that is capable of doing it like we were just talking about Patrick.
Game
Yeah.
manager.
Right.
Game.
Yeah.
Not game manager.
Exactly.
That's what
it sounds like, bro.
Game manager.
Game
I
manager.
know you're Salvadorian, so slow it down, Papa.
All right, so game manager, or he's capable of doing what Patrick Mahomes is capable of doing.
What a fail.
I think it's because of the comedian stand-up he saw before. He's being my brother's using a little satire for people.
Oh man.
But back to the game manager.
Yeah, I mean, he's only been able to have a couple games this season where he's able to really show what he can do, but I think they're gonna have to really.
But I mean, from what I heard, he had a phenomenal game yesterday. So that he actually played better than when he played in the regular season.
Yeah, I just think it's going to come down to what defense is going to really be better and not allow any mistakes because, the Rams have been known to give up points even though they have a really good defense.
Yeah.
And then the 49ers just have their numbers, so it's going to be interesting. And then with the Chiefs and the Bengals next week as well for the AFC Championship, I mean, it's also kind of set up for the Chiefs to be there. So I predict the Rams and the Chiefs to be in the Super Bowl.
Y lo que no hay es dinero para ir a verlos. Yeah, I heard like tickets up on top, like $2,000, bro, already for this Sunday. So wild.
Well, yeah, I mean, the funny part is that it's a lot of Niners fans that are going to buy those tickets.
Did you hear that they're blocking
the
them, bro?
fans?
They're blocking the Rams fans from the Bay Area to buy the tickets.
Bro, that don't mean shit, dog. There's people that they already have the tickets.
No, I'm tripping. It's a Rams game, and they're at the Rams, right?
Yeah.
So
the Rams are blocking the 49ers fans
that doesn't do
in
anything.
the Bay Area from not buying tickets. So
maybe directly from where the Rams sell it, but third party and all that stuff, Rams fans are gonna still take over that stadium at some point.
Yeah, I feel like that same thing because
I was listening to this exact thing. I was listening to the exact thing on the radio too, and there was a season ticket holder calling and saying, "I'm gonna be able to pay my tickets for next season with this ticket I'm selling." To a Niners fan, so that they're taking over. It's gonna be painted red inside.
That's
SoFi
crazy.
Stadium.
A Rams fan selling his season ticket to a Niners fan.
No,
I mean, but think about it. He's gonna be able to pay.
Yeah, but the money that he just gets to invest in next year. But dang, that's crazy though. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the NFL for us. Oh, and by the way, did you guys you sent it? You guys saw the hilarious tweet by Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he took a
Basically mocking
picture.
them.
Yeah, he took a picture that was circulating Twitter, and then he reposted it with his own comment, where it's just like the Bucks got eliminated, and it's that when he was walking out shirtless, but supposedly him holding a sign saying that. It's like a little meme that was going out there. That one right there. And that see. So like someone made that and he just reposted it. Yeah. It's like Bucks eliminated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the chronicles of Sir Antonio Brown. But on that same night that we got to see the Niners take over Lambeau Stadium and probably exit Aaron Rodgers out of the stadium for his last time, we also had UFC 270, the first pay-per-view of the year.
Yes, sir.
What was your reaction, guys?
It was terrible.
For one, because of one fight.
It's rigged.
It's rigged. Well, I mean, it was entertaining.
Let's talk about the Ecuadorian, though.
It was entertaining. That's
Morales?
Yeah, Morales.
What's his first name?
Miles.
Miles, yeah,
right?
Miles
Was-
Morales.
Yeah.
Miles
He coming from Ecuador out of Mexico.
Yep.
He was dope.
And we liked him because of the song he played as well.
What song did he play?
He played Jugador Franquicia by Mike Towers.
Mike Towers.
Yeah, that was the song he came out to.
His name is Michael Morales.
And then automatically, me and Enzo just looked at each other. We're like, hey! Because that's a good album. But yeah, no, he TKO'd him in the first round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
It was very entertaining because it looked like he might have lost it. He was way too nervous. And there is a punch that his opponent throws at him where he kind of, loses his balance and he could have lost the fight. But he was able to stay in there, man. And, I'm happy for him that he stayed in there and he was able to win it. So we were able to show that support to a Hispanic brother.
Yeah, definitely. So that was one, and this is a welterweight fight, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And a lot of these guys too, they were having the throughout the card, not just these guys are times really, but a lot throughout the card were having their debuts. So these are I heard about 10 fighters that debuted.
Yeah, that was his first fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
And then you had Saeed
Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
No affiliation.
No affiliation.
They just both out of Russia and have the last name.
Said that. Because I thought the same thing, dude. You know how Uncle Ruckus.
My name is Red.
No affiliation.
No affiliation.
I literally was thinking the same thing.
But
That's
honestly,
hilarious.
I mean, no affiliation, but the affiliation is that he's from Russia.
He is from
He has the
Dagestan. He
has
is
the same
from
last
Dagestan.
name.
He's from Dagestan or
Yeah.
Russia?
And his finish rate is high. He submitted this guy in the first round pretty quickly, too.
His submission or finish rate?
His submission. Well, finish rate, just in general, finishing
in
your
the
opponent.
first minute,
Oh,
bro.
it's because I grew up in Mortal Kombat. Finishing means you kill him.
Oh, well, yeah.
See, bro, you don't
Byron's
went
cue.
wee whatever you.
Wee. So yeah, Saeed Nurmagomedov in the bantamweight division, 135. He says he wants to either fight what's his name, Chito Vera, or
Too late, but I don't.
what's his name,
Way too late, bro.
Sean O'Malley.
Interesting.
Who do you guys think? You think the
you
UFC
think
will
he
throw
gets
Sean O'Malley?
Who?
Nah, I don't think so.
Saeed?
That's
They're
Saeed?
throwing him all these no-name fighters. I think they will do it.
Bro.
Nah, that would ruin the...
It's not yet. He's
Hype
not there
train.
yet, bro.
Yeah, it would ruin it.
Saeed is a different caliber fighter. Bro.
Yeah, bro. I think they would give him Chito Vera, though.
I mean, they got to run it back.
Sean O'Malley and Cheeto need to run it.
No. I'm saying this guy Saeed... This guy Saeed would actually... I think they would give him Chito Vera to fight. All right, and
I
then
don't think Chito Vera would take that fight.
And the next one we had Mikael Pereira versus Andre Fiallo.
That was an entertaining fight.
That was entertaining, dude. That guy was doing a lot of cartwheels and bouncing around. I was surprised where he did a backflip or a cartwheel and it lands on, he ends up kicking the guy in the head. And I was like, whoa. I was like, I've never seen that in the UFC.
He does that every fight he has. He does something like that.
Yeah. He was trying to, do the Superman punches, do the knees, anything. He was just throwing everything, whatever could land on there.
Not just throwing knees, the jumping knees, bro.
Yeah, he was wasting a lot of energy, which
Yeah.
was crazy to see. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But Enzo, tell us about this co-main. Since you already
watched
said it was
it
a
yesterday.
robbery.
You watched it again?
I already watched it yesterday.
Yeah, all right. What do you think about it?
It's robbery, bro. All I saw was conservative as fuck for Guerrero. That was kicking the whole fight. But I didn't. And then he got that drop, right? They dropped
drops.
those.
Yeah.
But the
Do you think
the
those
first
are
drop
ones
was like
that favored it?
the first drop to me was more of a stun that Brandon caught because he tumbled out of it. It wasn't like the first one that he literally dropped him. It was almost like lights out. The second was but
The second one, you saw it in his face more, Brandon.
right, but because he dropped. But then then to rewatch and see Figueroa get stunned every time, and he freezes every time he got stunned, bro. You could see it in his face that he didn't like it, and then he would stop completely. And it was and then I'm trying to hear the benches, and I can't really, I don't know Portuguese, so I can't really hear what they were telling him, but you just hear that there's a lot of they're
Chatter.
coaching. There's a lot of coaching
chatter.
going on his end.
Yeah.
And then I can hear the Spanish side telling, Brandon, because I was really trying to pay attention because I was like, bro, this didn't happen yesterday. I was just pissed that he lost that way because they said it was unanimous too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's the part I didn't agree.
So,
Like-
yeah, no, we all agreed that it should have been either
split decision.
Yeah.
a draw, basically.
Or
Manny, do you have any thoughts that as to the fight at all?
What do you mean?
Like, just your thoughts on the fight at all?
Oh no, for sure. Like I thought it should have been a draw. I didn't like there wasn't enough from both sides to like definitely give it to one person more than the other.
I feel like
but I don't.
I give.
but
I disagree with you on that.
But
and I
at
would
the same, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't think that Figueiredo deserves the win.
I give Brandon Moreno. To me, what's more like what shows that you're a mixed martial artist is how many arts you use, right?
Yeah, no.
The fact that this dude took him down more times to me was a slight edge to get the victory for Brandon. That's why to me it was like, how did you guys?
Yeah,
give
but
unanimous?
like, all right, if you remember the second fight, in the second fight, he took him to the ground, but he also did everything necessary to dominate it. In this one, he did take him to the ground, but there was nothing necessarily where he dominated and showed like, I got this, That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
That's why it was very
he
close.
took him down. Like, he slammed him too in this one. Like, he still did whatever. I mean, and even the time when he was in trouble, he got out of it in a dominating. Like, the way it was like I told you guys, it was like dueling. It was like seeing two fucking, two senseis just go at it like, or like, it's like seeing Piccolo and Goku go at it in their first match. And they were just like, oh shit, like, surprised with each other type shit.
So my analysis from this
Piccolo,
would have to
Goku.
be that from the refs perspective, not refs, but the judges' perspective, they're scoring this based off of boxing.
Yeah.
So first of all,
so the drops matter more.
The drops matter more in their eyes, sadly, and I think also it being in California, it affects things a lot too. Because I've seen kind of dumb decisions happen in California before, and I'm gonna just give the best line that Dana White has ever said is, "Don't leave it up to the refs." And I think that when it comes to Figueiredo, all that Portuguese you were hearing, Enzo, was his corner telling him to slow down.
You can't hear nothing. That's what I'm saying. So much you're just hearing.
No, but
I can only depict the Spanish. I don't know.
Because I was listening to a lot of the post conference and a lot of interviews today throughout the day and throughout yesterday.
Right, me too. And they were saying everybody was telling him not to go toe to toe, and that's the
not
thing.
even that, just to slow down whenever he was.
Well, there was
he
exchanges.
Was trying to go over it.
What I saw is that Henry Cejudo said that we told him not to go in the middle of the ring and have those exchanges like in the first round and then it's funny because when I rewatched the fight, this fool had stunned him every time he would touch him, and Figueiredo didn't like Brandon's power because it's stunning too. It's like he got power behind him. He's just not as cut as this fool, but it's just crazy because it was a unanimous decision, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of smoke.
But it's got to get run back.
I don't think it was California, bro.
Yeah.
To me, that was not California. To me, that's the UFC trying to sell another fight.
They got to run it back.
Because
who is this in that division?
Who else is in that division?
Yeah, bro. Show me that division.
At the end of the day, bro, they made a star in Brandon Moreno, so I think it did not benefit them.
Nah, I wouldn't only necessarily say just Brandon now, because now that they gave Davison the Figueiredo.
Well, you make this point all the time that people that don't speak the UFC can't be able to make a character.
I have, but when it's a Brazilian, it's a
different.
it's a different thing. A Brazilian.
You made that same case for Charles, bro.
What do you mean?
That he needs a translator.
He does, but it's still.
So that's my point,
bro.
Though.
But they always end up getting to the top because of their talent, bro.
Mexican champion.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm saying
so I
this
don't think it's the UFC.
How big is?
I really think it comes down to and honestly, again.
Okay, so then why did Figueiredo say we'll fight in Mexico?
I hate the fact that we didn't
because he already has it in his ear. Like if you win, you're gonna get a rack again.
At the end of the day, I don't think that Brandon won either. I think this is a draw. So either way, they're gonna run it. I think they have to run it back regardless.
They got to do a fourth one.
What I'm upset about is that we didn't get to hear from Dana White. And that leads us into our next fight, the main event, Francis versus Cirugan. So when we saw Francis walk in, we saw him walk in with the knee pads, and we heard the commentators saying how that they had been hearing about knee issues and this and that. And I heard today, and I found out today that he had, or I think the night of the fight, he had a completely torn MCL and a damaged ACL in his right knee, if I'm not mistaken. And they padded up both of them just so that they don't give it off which one's the real injured one. And that was explaining his lack of movement. His explosiveness wasn't there as much, and Ciryl Gane was just kind of doing what he's doing in most of his fights, just trying to pick off his opponent. And at some point when Francis went down 2 rounds, he knew that he had to do something different. And just the fact that we got to see him pick up
game.
and slam him the way he did,
it scared Ciryl Gane.
Oh, for sure,
because he had never felt that.
For sure.
And he got slammed hard, especially that first takedown.
Yeah, because he caught that kick.
Slam.
Yeah, he caught that kick, and it was pretty impressive to see Francis do this. And ever since he moved to this gym in Vegas, which is Randy Couture's gym, Couture Extreme, I think as they call it. It's just been a different approach for him, and that's one thing that I heard his coach talking about today, that he'll put all of his fighters in situations where they're getting ground and pounded and they have to get out of it in training and stuff like that. And while they're wrestling, they'll take breaks where they have to just start striking on against a heavy bag or something like that, so their cardio's up. So that's why I think we also saw his stamina didn't go all the way down after a couple of rounds.
I don't see his stamina going down, but he's a hefty dude to where it's just look at all that muscle. So it's a lot of oxygen that he has to, take in and take out to. So it looked like he was tired, bro. But I feel like he's for sure in shape to carry that weight around.
Yeah,
bro,
but at first,
everybody thought taking him to the ground was gonna affect his strength, but it didn't, bro.
No, because
the fact that
he couldn't even bend his knee, bro.
The fact that he was trying to like mess up his leg,
and he couldn't even bend it.
He's just sitting there and he's looking at him like, "What are you doing?"
Right, he can't bend it.
Like, yeah, bro, that was just.
He was trying to pull it. He was trying to get the ankle.
That's actually something that his trainer talked about today. Is that Francis told his trainer, I know that if they get me in that position, they're going to try to go for a leg lock. And he's like, why do you say that? And he was like, because when I used to be at that gym, one of the trainers there said that Francis' legs were perfect to leg lock. And so it's funny that we see Ciryl Gane try that exact same move. And what did Francis do? He just looks at him the whole time. And he says that whenever someone would try to do that to me in that gym, I would literally just sit there, and because they weren't able to move it, they weren't able to do anything with it. So it's interesting how, like, in certain aspects, they already knew what he was gonna try and all that stuff. The one thing that I'm surprised is that he didn't really throw leg kicks, like, to see which knee was the one that was messed up. Like, you didn't really see that.
To try to figure it out. Yeah.
He was just kicking though, because he was kicking a lot.
Yeah, but not like aiming at them knees, like to like.
I feel like, and I honestly feel like he didn't do that because they're homies. Like I told you guys, the UFC was trying to sell a fight and trying to create that whole, walk with him through the hallway and make that shit that the WWE, you know what I'm saying? Where they have two dudes look at each other awkwardly type shit. But it's all mad respect and love from these two guys. Yeah. Like, even the type of guy that Francis Ngannou is, he's a lovable beast. You know what I'm saying? He's not like a Mike Tyson where he's like, I'm going to rip your head off, motherfucker.
All right, but let's throw something else into the mix. John Jones said, if this is the apex for the heavyweight, he's like, I can't wait to get in there.
And the way that Francis is fighting, I can see John Jones having a dope fight like they did that he just had with Ciryl Gane, for real.
Yeah.
But it's just the nuclear weapon is still involved.
Yeah, I want to take
in the first round. It's still involved in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How I see it.
I want to tell you guys some interesting facts.
No, don't
here.
tell me. I don't know.
Francis' coach wanted him to pull out of the fight due to his injury.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to know about
Francis
that. Francis
said he didn't want to, and then after he calmed his coach down, they went on with it. They saw a doctor in L.A., and that's when even the doctor was telling him to consider it because he could have had irreversible damage, as they said. UFC knew about the injury, and the way that it was leaked is that Francis says, or his coach says, that the UFC PI is all glass, as we saw when we went, and that anybody could see you getting treatment or anything like that, and that's most likely how word got out. His knee braces had to get approved by
California Commission,
and they didn't get approved until fight night, and his coach told him to buy 5 different knee pads so that they can look through them, and they approved the ones that he liked the most, and
because they look just like compression knee pads, they don't have nothing on them.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no metal. There's nothing else.
And so he's most likely saying that he's going to get surgery for it. And interestingly enough, when he wins and all that stuff, Dana White is nowhere to be seen. He wasn't at the press conference. and this is in the middle of UFC having contract negotiations and disputes with Francis. And it's interesting again that this fight was in California because California is the only commission that will release the fighter pay, and he got $600K for this fight.
Yo, but did you hear how much he left on the table? With the Errol Hawani interview?
No, what did he say? I haven't finished that part. I would listen to more his coach, and I was listening to his.
He left $7 million on the table because he didn't renew his contract. The UFC was willing to give him a contract. He could have won $3 million per fight, but he didn't take that contract because he wanted basically a clause that said that he could jump into boxing and back into the UFC. And the UFC doesn't agree with that because he's the champion. They don't want him going over to boxing.
And they don't want a whole nother Conor holding up the division again.
Division vacant.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we got to go again back to the Israel fight. He's getting that contract because he's a champion.
So it's not that the UFC doesn't want to pay him. It's that he wants that clause.
Well, he wants terms. I mean, and he has leverage, so why not,
He wants that clause to be in the boxing world.
The thing is, they gave it to Conor.
But technically, he left $7 million on the table.
Right, they gave it to Conor.
That's been established.
And
interesting.
He wants the same type of terms. He's like, why can't I? And to me, in the sense of being a heavyweight champion in the world, I think he thinks that's like the big badass motherfucker in the world. Like that should be really like the BMF.
Especially the UFC heavyweight.
Right. That should be like the BMF too, like all in one, baddest motherfucker alive.
That's facts.
So I feel like
ain't taking out Francis.
You know what I'm saying? Conor not doing that either. You know, neither is Mayweather and all none of these motherfuckers. So it's like the super fight, that would be sick to see a super fight between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou.
Tyson Fury takes him out, bro.
I know he does, but who knows?
In the boxing world?
Who knows? Just to see the UFC, just to see the UFC like take it there.
To say, bro.
Conor did it, and Conor didn't do that bad, but
Conor won 4 fucking rounds.
Right, against Mayweather, bro.
I don't give a shit what anybody says.
It was unorthodox as fuck, but it was a representative of the UFC, and that was interesting to see, bro.
These Mayweather dick riders that weren't on his dick a couple years before when they were beating all these other boxers up. Nah, bro. Conor won 4 rounds. Look at that shit. Bam. Fuck.
That was bad.
Yeah, Francis did his thing this past Saturday here in LA. And he's still here in LA. Actually, he's gonna see a doctor tomorrow. But yeah,
he's got to get surgery for all that.
Yep, it is very, very interesting.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Westbrook sent to the bench for the 4th quarter against the Pacers, right? And they lost that game, which is interesting enough. What do you guys think about that? And what do you think about this? About supposedly Houston being interested if they take John Wall and give him a first rounder? It's
either Frank benches him or Frank loses his job because he didn't bench him. Because he was like 5 for 20 or 5 for 15 going into the 4th. Hadn't made shit, was not helping the team in any way, shape, or form. And the front office gave him the okay to bench him if he had to at this point, because it's almost like if you don't bench him, bro,
he's being an embarrassment.
Not even that, it's gonna cost you your job as a coach.
Yeah,
that you keep playing a player that's not producing for you.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like they haven't found he didn't have the authority to do that prior to that, and now he has the authority to say, you know what, I'm not even gonna start him. He
hasn't done that yet. He just benched him for the final 4 minutes of the 4th quarter. That's a different. He hasn't benched him from starting now. That's a different. Once that happens, bro, the writing might be on the wall for maybe Westbrook getting traded. That's how I would see it.
I think that they shouldn't start the game with him, man. But that's just me. Coming off the bench is better for him.
Yep.
We've never seen him play coming off the bench, so we'll have to wait and see.
That. But what do you guys think about Kuz also excelling in his team right now?
What?
Kuz excelling in his team, having better stats.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
I said he was going to have a blow-up. That he was going to blow up after he left the Lakers. Because he was going to be more of a main man.
Which most players usually blow up after they leave the Lakers.
I don't see blowing up. They just have decent years. Who's really blown up that left the Lakers?
Yeah, right. I mean, let's put it this way: playing better than he was playing with the Lakers.
Right, exactly. Yep, exactly.
Shit, and that's
But at the same time, we had a play that happened.
Like
last
to
week.
me, the player
Hold
that
on, we had a play that happened last week, right? When he was playing against the Nets. Tell us about that, bro. Where the coach decided to put his hand in there.
Oh, that's
What'd you feel about that?
I don't know, man. That was very
because
odd.
Kuzma said it wasn't out on me, and the refs just look at him like he's crazy.
Right. That was wild.
And they called it on him.
Right.
So, like, what is the NBA? What do you think happens now to this
I mean,
or is there no repercussions?
I don't think there was any repercussion for that, bro. I tried to look it up. I didn't find nothing on that. So they should have fined that coach.
Because he does stop a play. He does.
You're interfering in a basketball play.
He interfered completely.
You should get a technical too.
For sure.
And a fine.
Yeah, because
they should have thrown a flag to review that.
Yeah, for real.
Thrown a flag.
Hey, bro, that's what happens in the NBA now.
But I mean, you can, yeah. But I don't know, man. What's gonna happen in the trade deadline?
And then also, did you guys watch Jimmy Butler yell at a ref?
Yeah, you got
get
ejected.
Get ejected off of that?
Yeah, we established that.
I seen somebody else do some wild shit that got them ejected. Oh, I think it was
Larry.
No, the dude from what's the rookie from the Pistons?
From the Pistons.
He had like a sick ass reverse dunk and yelled and then got ejected for that.
Really?
Yes, bro, just for like having emotion.
That's crazy, bro.
It's just like the league is becoming such a soft.
They're becoming like the U.S. government, bro. They want to censor you for everything. I swear.
Can't have no personality on the floor. Can't do nothing. Like I don't know. But all right, so like the Lakers have had a few guys. Like I'm gonna say, Jordan Clarkson, somebody that's blown up when he left the Lakers. Huh?
Clarkson,
because he was sixth man of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Julius Randle was the most improved player at one point.
Right, that's another guy that's blown up and really filled into and he's an all-star too. Damn.
What about D'Angelo?
I think D'Angelo also got most improved player.
What about D'Angelo?
There's another guy that's blown up that they're looking to trade back for him, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is another guy that's blown up after leaving the Lakers? Lonzo Ball.
Caruso also had a good season.
Don't tell me about Caruso, man. Grayson Allen finally got a 1-game suspension for breaking his wrist on that flagrant foul. That was kind of foul, bro. Like, you just cost this man his. Like, to me, he was like
6 to 8 weeks.
He was the glue guy for that team.
Yeah, for the Bulls.
So now they got to figure it out, and Lonzo Ball got more on his plate, but that was cold, bro. And to me, everybody's saying that they were comparing the Suggs fall with the Caruso fall. LeBron kind of shoved him too. From Orlando, that guy that hit that got hard fouled by THT. You can see LeBron kind of shove him.
Hand, but that guy's head does bounce off the freaking court.
And he knows he got a bad injury right there. All right. Next.
Football time.
Man, tell me about
all right. Can you zoom in, bro? I'm blind, bro.
Tell me about the 2024 player loan regulations.
Damn, bro. This guy.
I'm telling you what I'm talking about. Because it's one on the list.
Yes. Right. Tell us about more football, Manny.
Vamos a ver ahorita. Es que no me quieren.
Bro, I'm asking you about the 2024 playing loan regulations.
All right, so FIFA. Hey, bro, I'm just. Yeah, for sure. It's been that type of day, guys. Thank you for being here. In 2024, the clubs will be asked to only be loan. In 2024, the clubs will only be able to loan out 6 players, which is insane. Because they loan out more than that. That means that big clubs now cannot hoard all the talent. You know, like now talent's going to have to be spread out with other smaller clubs. They can only loan out 6 players per season. So that's going to make big clubs go a little bit smaller. It's going to be interesting to see. We'll see how it changes everything. We'll see if there's even pushback from the clubs and if they decide to say, you know what, no, we don't agree with this. But so far, that's in place.
Real quick, do you like it? Or
I mean,
I
like the idea of it because it would make things more competitive.
Mm-hmm.
It would definitely make the soccer more interesting if, smaller clubs can also have talent and they could compete against bigger clubs. So it would be interesting to see. The other thing that we haven't talked about, but it's just a thought, is how the World Cup might affect the regular season. Since it is going to be in December, it's like, okay, will the season be halted? Or how is it they're going to take, because they haven't even talked about it yet. How is the World Cup going to happen? And then also the regular season that clubs are going through at that time. So that's another thing to think about and how they're going to do that. Man City is still leading in the Premier League. Man U this weekend finally got to fourth place. And they were able to keep fourth place. They had a very last-minute goal. And they were able to get a fourth place. But also Arsenal tied. And then Tottenham lost, which allowed Man U to keep its fourth place. All they have to do is continue winning to maintain that fourth place. We'll see if they end the season at least in the top four. But at least they're a little closer. Real Madrid, they're doing okay, but they're only 4 points away. And they're in second place is Sevilla. And this is the interesting thing, too, is that Sevilla, during this transfer window, they just acquired a winger, a Mexican winger, and today they acquired on loan Marshall for Manchester United. Marshall hadn't been getting a lot of minutes at Manchester United, and now he's going to Sevilla. I think he's going to be very crucial for the team, and with those minutes, we might see something spectacular out of him. Inter Milan solidify themselves. They're leading now the race, and they're doing very well. We'll see what ends up happening and how they continue to grow. All right, that's it for everything today, you guys.
Real quick. Let me say one thing, bro, because this to me was really shocking when I found out about Robinho being convicted of 9 years in prison for rape, and I found out right now it's in Italy. It's not even in Brazil, and this ruling cannot be challenged and it's definitive, so he can't appeal it or anything like that. And I think he already had gone through an appeal process from something else that I read. So it's just crazy how this star that used to play for Real Madrid, Manchester City, AC Milan, is now going through this at the age of 37. So it says that this verdict is, again, bro, it's just crazy to see it. It's a rap, and it's saying that a lot of his sponsors are cutting ties with him. So what do you think about this, man? You just hearing something like this from a former great player like him.
I mean, definitely it sucks. It's not the first player, though, that's going through that. There's been a couple players, actually. It's just that they're not higher up in, famous.
There's another one named Ricardo Falcao.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them who are going through cases like this. And you guys just...
Bro, so more details right here.
Yeah.
He was playing for AC Milan at the time. He was, according to this article right here, it says that they were part of a group who gang raped a 23-year-old Albanian girl in a Sayo Cafe nightclub. And he was originally sentenced back in 2017, and he's now lost one of those an appeal to that. So, man, that's crazy. So, some more details there.
Very wild.
So if it was a group thing, a gang rape, so maybe those are more soccer players there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So that's what we got to you guys today on the current
Sports Wave.
Take us out, Byron.